Hey everyone, this is Mr. Molo for lesson 5-7, solving systems of linear inequalities. So very similar to what we did yesterday on 5-6. We were graphing one inequality. Today's pretty much the same thing, except we're going to be graphing two inequalities. This is also one lesson where I suggest if you don't have like colored pencils or maybe a pen or something, you probably want two different colors or two different writing utensils for this one. So if you don't have that, I'd pause this video and go grab one of those. It'll make it a lot easier. You'll see why when I use a couple different colors here in a couple minutes. So the first four questions, it's just asking whether this is a solution. So remember, this is x, this is y. And in order for it to be a solution, it needs to work for both systems here. So it needs to work for the top and the bottom. So if I plug in here, this top one says y is greater than 2, and it says y is 0. So 0 is greater than 2. Well, nope, that's not true. 0 is not greater than 2. So we get kind of lucky on the first one. Doesn't require a whole lot of work. The first one didn't work, so it's not true. Okay, same thing on number 2 here. Our x is a -1 and our y is a +1. So the first one says y is less than 3. So 1 is less than 3. Yes, it is. 1 is less than 3. So now we need to check the bottom one. So same thing, y is greater than this time. So 1 is greater than, and it says x, so -1 minus 4. So 1 is greater than -1 minus 4, which is -5. And that is true as well. -1 or +1 is greater than -5. So they're both yeses. So yes and yes. So yes, that is a solution. Let's move on to number 3 and 4. So same thing, there's x, there's y, so y is greater than x plus 4. So we have a 3 is greater than x plus 4, so 2 plus 4. So 3 is greater than 6. So right away, 3 is greater than 6. Nope, that's not true. So we get lucky again. We don't need to do math on the bottom one. Once one of them is a no, we don't even need to look at it. We can just see that the whole thing's going to be a no then. All right, and then the last one like this, so 0 and 4 are my two numbers. So y is less than or equal to -x plus 4. So 4 is less than or equal to -x, so 0 plus 4, and 0 plus 4 is 4. So yes, that works. 4 is less than or equal to, it is equal to 4. Then same thing with the bottom one, so y is greater than or equal to, so 4 is greater than or equal to 5 times x, and in this case x is 0, minus 3. So 4 is greater than -3. Yes, that works as well. So we got two yeses, so they're both yeses. Okay, so make sure you're plugging them in for both, and then deciding if it's a yes or a no. So the two colors, what I was talking about before, comes into play right here. So I'll do one in green and one in blue. Actually, maybe I'll even use 3 colors to kind of see where it's shaded. Okay, so I'm going to graph both of these lines on one graph. Okay, so y is greater than -2. So there's no y-intercept here. So that means I start at 0. Actually, since it's y is greater than -2, I just need a straight horizontal line at -2. So horizontal line at -2. Okay, and it says y is greater than -2. So this is when I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it a lot lighter now because I still have another line to graph. Okay, then I still need to graph y is less than or equal to 3x. This is the one I thought there was an x in the first one, but there's not. So now I start at 0 because there's actually an x in this one, and my slope is 3. So that means I'm going to go up 3 and right 1. And since this is a less than or equal to sign, it's going to be a straight line, not a dash line, so solid line, and it's going to look like that. And now it says y is less than 3x. So anything less than 3x means anything over here. So this is why I said to do it a little lighter, because now we're going to be asked where is our possible answers. And our possible answers are where they both got shaded. So it's going to be kind of hard to tell, especially with marker. Maybe it's a little easier with pencil or colored pencil. So it looks like it's everything above this black dotted line. And then this whole part right here is our answer. So this is where it got shaded in both blue and green. I'm coloring it black now. So these are our possible answers. Any points in this area would be our positive answers. Any points over here is an answer to one of them, but there's no blue there. any points down here, well, that's the answer to one of them, but there's no green there. So you're looking for the part of the graph that has both green and blue being shaded there. Okay, I'll do the same thing. I'll do this one in black, this one in red. So y is greater than 3, or sorry, y is less than 3. So dotted line going across at 3, and everything gets shaded down here in black. And then red, x is less than 2, so everything that's less than 2, there's 2, and everything gets shaded here in red. So again, we have the whole bottom shaded in black pretty much, the whole left side shaded in red pretty much. I'm looking for that part that has both black and red. So I'm going to color it green so we can kind of see it. So this whole area has both red and black. Our teachers are probably yelling at me and they're like, red and black don't make green, and blue and green don't make black. But okay, so this part is just red, so that's an answer for part of the question. This part is just black, that's answers for part of the question. This part right here is going to be colored in both red and black, so it's answers for both parts. So again, we're trying to find which answers are there for both parts. Okay, let's do number 7 and then we'll move on. Okay, so y is greater than x minus 2. Again, I'll do this one in black. I'll do this one in red. So y is greater than x minus 2. So I'm going to start with that minus 2. And then I'm going to go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Make my line there. And it's everything greater than that. So lightly shade up here. And then we'll do this one in red. So y is less than negative x plus 2. So again, starting at my y-intercept of positive 2. And now my slope is negative 1. So down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And now since it's just a less than sign, it's going to be dashed, not solid. And again, everything less than that. So let me do some shading there. So again, we got this part up here that's pretty much just black. This part down here that's pretty much just red. So we're looking for this part right here that is shaded both red and black. That's where our answers are. So if they ask you if the answer is negative 4, 2, well, negative 4, 2 is somewhere like right here. Well, yep, negative 4, 2 is an answer. If they ask you if like 4, 2 is an answer, well, 4, 2 is over here. Well, that's not an answer, that's only black. They ask you if 4, negative 2 is an answer. Well, that's not an answer, that's only colored red. So anything here in that green area is going to be my answer. All right, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, they're just asking you to write the line. So it's going to be kind of hard to tell, especially with the shading, you might not be able to tell. It looks like our answer, and it looks like here got shaded once, here got shaded once, but this area right here got shaded twice. So we need to know which area got shaded in order for us to write our signs correctly. So I'm going to do this line. This looks like a dashed line here. We're going to do that in red. So it looks like it's at 3 and we're shading underneath it. So y is less than 3. I'll do this line right here in green. So it looks like it's a vertical line. So we know x, it's getting shaded to the left. So it's a less than sign. And it looks like it's at 2. So x is less than 2. Okay. This one's kind of weird because it looks like it's getting shaded both spots. And you're right, it is getting shaded both spots. So again, I'll do one line. We'll do that line in blue, that line in purple. So it looks like the blue line is actually getting shaded up and the purple line is getting shaded down. So then what's in the middle, both blue and purple, is just that in between right there. But really everything got shaded at least once because everything bigger than that and everything less than that, there's overlap though. So if I do that blue line, it looks like it's going to be y is greater than 1. If I do that purple line, it looks like it goes down at 3. So y is less than 3. So my answer is somewhere between 1 and 3. But again, there's a lot of numbers that are greater than 1, so that's why it looks like this top is shaded. And there's lots of numbers that are less than 3, so that's why it looks like the bottom is shaded, because they're both shaded one time. But then really the answer is those things that are in between 1 and 3, those numbers that are bigger than 1 and less than 3. Okay, same thing here. I'll do this one in black. Got another dotted line. I'll do this one in green. That one looks like a solid line there. So this black line, it looks like my y-intercept is 1. And then it looks like we are going down 1 each time. Down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And it looks like I'm shading below that line. So y is less than negative, really, 1x plus 1. If I'm doing the green line, again, it looks like our y-intercept is 1. Our slope is up 1 over 1, so 1x again. This time, it looks like we have a solid line there, so we're going to be an equal to. And it looks like this time we shaded above the line. So y is greater than or equal to. So again, everything here got shaded in green. Everything here got shaded in black. And then this is the part that we're going to focus on because that's the part that got shaded twice in green and black. All right, and then the last one here, again, kind of like number 10 is kind of tricky. Everything got shaded at least once because they're 2 parallel lines, but there's one part that got shaded twice here. You can kind of tell this part in the middle is a darker gray, so that part got shaded twice. So, and again, we got 2 lines. We got one line right here, and we got another line right here. So we'll do this green line first. So it looks like it's crossing at positive 1. That's my y-intercept right there. So it looks like my slope is down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. So I got negative 1x. And like I said, it's kind of going down, or they shaded everything below that line. So y is less than negative 1x plus 1. And then for the red line, it looks like our y-intercept is negative 2 there. And then same thing, our slope is a negative 1x, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And it looks like they shaded everything above that line. So everything up here is going to get shaded in red. Everything down here gets shaded in black, or green, sorry. And then again, where they overlay is where the answer is and where both of them get shaded. Hope that helps.